Hello, Cancer, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of September 27th through October 4th. And during that time, we have the moon going through several phases. First, we have the waxing crescent, and then the first quarter moon on the 30th, and then into the waxing gibbous. So those waxing phases are usually a time where we can buckle down and get things accomplished, kind of make adjustments and work on the projects that we've just started with the new moon. The first quarter can kind of feel like that new moon energy. It's kind of heightened emotions, heightened awareness. It's hard to buckle down and get things. It's just like a little bit impulsive and impatient. So just keep that in mind as you're moving through your week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Cancer. So as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. And your overall message for this reading: the answers you need are coming. All right, Cancer, let's see what the Cancer Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling, I would like to say that my fun weekly reminder for you is that you keep, all right, let's get some shuffling going here, that you keep a spiritual journal. Sometimes we don't recognize the patterns that are evolving in our life. And so if you're journaling those things and keeping track of them, this would be things that things you learn, maybe experiences you're having, things you encounter, maybe animals or, spirit numbers, dreams you're having, synchronicities, those kind of things. Just if you're journaling those things, it's really good over time to be able to look back and just kind of remember, when you first encountered a thing and how you incorporated that into your spiritual life. So try to keep a spiritual journey or a spiritual journal on your journey. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, without further ado, Cancer, let's get into this reading. September 27th through October 4th. The answers you need are coming. All right, your present energy. Well, it looks like you need some answers because you are definitely done with something here with this Ten of Swords. So this could be just mentally done. You're done thinking about it. You're done putting any time or energy into it. You're just done. This is you can't say it any better than that. You're just done with the situation there. Your current situation is the Page of Pentacles. So, if you're done with one thing, you're probably moving on to another thing. So this is a new path in the way of material. And I would say for some of you, this is a job that you're done with and you're going to look for a new job. For some of you, this will be a living situation that you're done with and you're going to seek out a new living situation. So it seems to be something that's in the material tangible realm that you're done with and starting a new path on. What's at the root of your situation is the Magician. So I guess you've probably been prompted in your recent past here to make a change and make a move. It seems like this probably isn't abrupt. You've probably been working towards this and in your mind, thinking, planning as you're moving forward. But here's the Magician at the root of this, really offering the world and saying, what is it, in which way do you want to move forward and change and make improvements? So if you're choosing the material realm right now, there you go. That's what your choice is. In your recent past is the Queen of Cups. Excuse me. So you're coming into this with an emotional understanding of not only yourself and this is kind of just a good emotional maturity, but also with the emotional maturity of kind of knowing the people around you and knowing what their emotional responses may be and understanding them. So that's a good thing, as this, maybe this isn't emotional because of that, because you've kind of got a maturity, you've got a handle on that edge of it, right? What's on your mind this week is the Knight of Pentacles. So, here where we have this new path with the Page, this is the Knight definitely taking action. So this would be, that you've made the decision to, let's say you've decided that your living situation is not what you want or you need. You've made that decision, and now the Knight is what is going to move you forward and give you that energy to say, okay, well, we're going to take this new path. Let's go ahead and get on it and get packing the boxes, right? Let's go find a lease on a new apartment. Let's put this house up for sale and move, to this other place. So, for some of you, this could be a singular thing. You might be doing this with a partner as well, where you just decide you need to make a change. There's some reason you need to. And again, it's emotionally balanced. It's not like it doesn't feel like it's charged or anything. It's just kind of the next step. What is just ahead of you is definitely thinking about the future here with the Two of Wands. So this doesn't surprise me. This is definitely achievement of a goal, and it's definitely stay here or go bigger. And if you have achieved some financial goal, this might be what's prompting is either a change or like I said, a new place of living. You might just have a little success under your belt, and it's time to make the next step and make the next move and move up, right? In your advice position here is the Queen of Wands. So two queens now showing up. And if the Queen of Cups here is about being stable and knowledgeable and just really understanding the emotional aspect, your advice is to make sure that you're also understanding the passion aspect. So when you're making these choices, make sure that you're making them in a way that it's that you love them. Don't just make the choice because it's the next thing to do, it's the thing you feel like you should do. And I'm going to again use the analogy of maybe moving apartments or houses. Make sure that the house that you love, that you're it's not just like, oh, okay, this has more space. Make sure that you love it. Make sure that you're really looking at that house and making sure that there's a view that you love and just things that you love about it. Make sure that there's something that kind of gives you the fire to want to get in there and do the things that you want to do to make it your home, right? So that I think the advice this week is to really remember the passion part of it and understand the passion part of it, pay attention to it and listen to that. All right, what is beyond your control this week is the Death card. So this ending that we had right at the beginning. So yeah, this is definitely an ending, but I always say with an ending comes a new beginning. So it's a definite ending, and that was already shown to us. This just amplifies that the fact that it is an ending for you. What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid? Is the Queen of Swords. Wow, we've got almost all the queens out. The Queen of Swords is about speaking your mind. This is about using logic. So, is it your secret desire to use those things and those skills as you're moving forward, or are you trying to avoid those things? The Queen of Swords is kind of our very logical, speaks truth, speaks what's on her mind and what makes sense in kind of the logical realm. So that'll be your big question of the week, is to ask yourself, is that your secret desire? Is that what you really want, is to speak the truth and do move forward in a logical way? Or are you trying to avoid that? And you can answer that in either way. It doesn't matter, and you can make either choice, but just make sure that you're being aware of those choices, right? And your outcome is the Six of Swords. So yeah, definitely moving forward with new thoughts. I literally see this as the moving card too. For a lot of you, this might actually be moving, but again, it could be it could be about a new job, something new in the material realm, some change or adjustment in the material realm. But for some of you, it's definitely moving. It's definitely that you are either putting a house up for sale and looking for new houses, changing apartments, that sort of thing. But you're definitely moving towards the future. And that's what's in your outcome this week. And look at all the queens that are showing up to help you and the Magician. So these are very maternal things. I feel like this week with all of these queens coming out, this is very I'm going to say to remember those feminine aspects of patience and outpouring of love and of passion, of really just knowing that thing that makes your heart sing, and also of that logic. So and all of those again in kind of the maternal, is this isn't being what's the word I'm looking for? It's not being pushy or decisive, but kind of letting the universe kind of show you the way, and open up doors for you so that you're having those realization moments that like, oh, I do love this. And this is very, this is logical financially and logical logistically. So just be thinking of all those things. What is hidden from you this week is the Nine of Cups. So a sense of satisfaction or self-indulgence, and probably because you're mid-journey on this. I don't feel like I feel like you're heading in that direction. You've maybe started making the plans and doing the things, but you're not quite to that level of satisfaction yet. That may come in a week or two or a few. This may be something that you've just decided, and it may take months for your house to sell, but you're moving towards something new, and you're going to just be very careful about the choices that you make so that you're happy in the end with it. All right, let's see what the Soul Oracle deck says for Cancer. Again, as some of them make a move here, some of them may be moving jobs or just starting new things, but there's a definite ending, something you're definitely done with, and you're moving forward, and you're kind of looking, for a lot of these attributes as you move forward. All right, the Soul Oracle deck, Cancer, says live life to the fullest, which, I was thinking about this with this Queen of Wands, is to make sure that you're like, it's not just the next house or the next apartment or the next job or the next material thing, but it's one that you just love. You just love this house. You love the view. You love the neighborhood. You love everything about it. It's just, and you'll know, that's the kind of thing that, once you get there, you're like, oh, this is home. So good luck with that. Let's see. Cancer, in the way of self-care. Let's get you a self-care wisdom card. See what you need to be doing to take care of yourself this week. The card that comes for you is the card called Happiness. Your thinking will either make your happiness or take your happiness. You choose. All right, so your way of thinking. And, this is emotional, this is logical, and this is also your passion, what makes you really happy. So make sure that you are kind of incorporating all of those things to get you into this happiness mode. Just make sure you're considering all the things that you want, and definitely, as usual, live life to the fullest. That's great advice. So Cancer, thank you so much for being here with me today. I do hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use in your life. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know, are you moving? Did you make a decision to move recently, or are you moving jobs? That would be awesome for me to know, to kind of clarify. And it might be it'll be a different answer for all of you, but tarot is a template. That's the kind of energy that's templated over what you'll be doing this week and the decisions you'll be making. So also, if you like my reading style, of course, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps my channel, but most importantly, Cancer, it'll help you find me next week. So come back and we'll see what energy changes, what stays the same, and what your progress is next week. So thanks so much, Cancer, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.